We kick off the second round of the B block action with the B block side's women's veteran and Lita.
Indeed, Lita, aka Amy Dumas, a very renowned high flyer in her day, well known for the moonsault technique. In this contest, however, that might classify as a clash of styles.
Yes, as Lita takes on what another one of those surprise victories from the first round.
Yes, Tamina did pull out a victory against former friend Alexa Bliss.
Yes, not seeming to knock Bliss out with that super kick.
I mean, you gotta think she's bringing in that ruthlessness, perhaps, of her relative Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the Samoan heritage known for its strong strikes and ruthless aggression.
Mm. Yes, two of the veterans of the women's division, both athletes over 10 years, battle it out this evening.
As Lita trying to get on the board. Tamina hoping to push her lead. First woman in the B block to get 4 points.
Yes, that would put Tamina in the lead, at least temporarily. Of note, I believe the same happened in the female division last week, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the only people that actually ended
Dakota
up
Kai.
hitting, I think the only people that hit 4 points in the women's division were in matches where both competitors were already at 2. So
Indeed,
if Tamina
Dakota
was to get 2 points here, she'd be the first person to do it over someone who hadn't already gotten 2 points.
did the she would join the club with the chiropractor Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler, aka the Queen of Spades. As Lizzie goes with the Hurricane Rana popping up. Perhaps using the strength of Tamina to a disadvantage there.
As you mentioned, a bit of a clash of styles. We got the rough brawling Samoan style versus a lot more of a high flying and luchador style. Although Lita can pull out some power as she hits a spear.
Yeah, bit of a tribute to her former lover Edge. Goes for the
Trip
pop down.
till the world
That's
slam.
that's a demonstration of the power. Lita very well versed in different techniques. Having been a manager, but also a wrestler in her own right. Tamina also in the same boat, having debuted with the Usos. She has to apply that claw hold.
A 1 count in what is a early attempt at a fall.
Yes, we do see that to be the pattern within the first 3 minutes. First fall tends to be quite a short one. Bit of a feeling out process. Tamina thought she was going to miss the suplex there, but absolutely nails into the corner.
Yeah, gets the legs against the clipping the ropes. Chop to the head. Maybe trying to soften her up. Maybe trying to maybe thinking to knock Lita out like she did Alexa.
To go for the pin.
Cover off the
Not
close.
even a 1 count. Tamina showing resilience out the gate.
Lita
There's
just getting the distance on that leg drop.
Yes, shades of Matt Hardy there. Not sure it connected fully, but got enough, it seemed.
We
And
speak of the
there's a.
Hardys.
Gotta say, what a coincidence. Twist of fate. Only a 1 count. Nearly 2.
Just about a 2, I think.
Tamina showing a lot of resilience.
Referee Kenny on the ball. Lead assault connects. That could be it.
There can be put away people before, but nope.
Again, Tamina just not staying down.
Very
There's that super kick again.
Shades of the Usos. Going with the 3 count, not getting it though. Only a 1.
Did not get the knockout on the super kick this time, but
yeah, the super kick was quite effective. But Tamina's main technique, bringing Shades of the Superfly back. Looks like Lita realized the situation. Back to the feet.
looks for Senton, gets caught into a powerbomb, stacked up, but in the corner.
I think Lita realized that, released the hold quickly. Ref didn't even need to warn her.
Building momentum now as Lita.
Yes, we've seen this combination before.
Looks to hit it again. Tamina blocking.
Tamina getting neck hold. Goes for the European into the corner.
The super kick lands again. Tamina's not done.
Tamina just going to crank on the neck of Lita. Bending it the wrong way, so to speak.
Pushing the vertebrae further than it is designed to go.
Lita fights out. Seems to be taking back the advantage.
The blocks get caught in a headlock. Lita releases the headlock and to just whipping Tamina across the ring by a hair.
Yes, Lita showing off quite a lot of strength to pick up Tamina, who is possibly one of the heaviest of the female contestants. Person of just pure muscle goes for the Samoan.
Might be looking to follow up.
Yes, I mentioned Superfly, her father, before. There's the Superfly splash.
Lita also able to kick out. Neither woman giving an inch here.
Yeah, at this point you've got to think, what is Tamina thinking? Lita goes for the spear. Lita could put it away with the spear.
Neither woman staying down.
Beautiful leg pull, just trying to wed on that leg. The one she used for the super kick. Tamina's realized.
Take out the strength, take out the base.
Yes, you see a lot of people pick on the legs of the small person, but there is a viable strategy for taking out the strong powerhouse. Stop them going to a vertical base. You stop them putting out their suplexes. Lita's looking at the counters on the net breaker. Only a 2.
Just dropping Tamina's neck across the ropes. Looks to follow up. Another twist of fate. That could be it.
Indeed, she's hit the trifecta. Doesn't seem to be finished though. Looking for something else.
Wonder what Lita's looking for here. Might never find out.
Yeah, might not have been the right thing to do there. A Uranagi from the backdrop. Beautiful conversion there by Tamina.
And that's the third super kick.
There's our second trifecta finishes. Will it be enough?
The last possible second, almost, I think.
That was a 2.9 for sure. Tamina can't believe it. I think she realizes, though, she's close to the victory.
Looks to hit it a second time, but Lita gets the knees up.
Now knock the wind out of you. Looks like she might be going for Twisted Fate number 4. Look for that boot. It's the headlock. Missed the opportunity.
Looks for it again.
There's the 4th.
And Lita deciding that it's not enough.
Yeah, pressure on the high rope. Not going for the Lita salt.
Oh, calling Tamina up to her feet. Hurricane Rana into the pin.
Yes. Tamina kicks out 2.9.
Neither woman giving
I think it
up.
could be a 5th. We could be seeing a 5th twist. Never mind, DDT.
Spiking Tamina on her head.
Pulling out every technique in the book there. Lita getting the victory on Tamina. In what was just a flurry of techniques.
This was one of the longer and harder hitting matches. It got to the point where this really could have gone either way, but Lita picking up the 2 points and Tamina all staying at 2 points, not moving forward into the higher ends of the division.
Yes, but what did it take? It took 2 running spears, 2 lead assaults, a popping Hurricane Rana, 4 twists of fate, and a very, very strong spiking DDT. I'd say that is the furthest I've seen Lita go in any matchup.
Yes, I think this is maybe one of the closest contests we've had, just trading massive shots.
Most definitely. Lita possibly happy for the victory, but might want to think of a more concisive plan there. Many times it looked like she could have lost it. But congratulations to Lita regardless. And it appears that our male side of Group B will be beginning with the appearance of one Chad Gable.
Yes, former Olympian looking to get on the board, but might have a bit of a mountain to climb in this one.
Yes, indeed, a former Olympian. Unfortunately, did not medal, but definitely one of the most skilled transitional wrestlers. Especially good at chain wrestling. Chad Gable can get you to the mat quick and just apply submission and wear down. That's submission and wear down.
Yes, looking to hit that rolling German, I'd think.
Most definitely, it's a powerful technique, shades of Kurt Angle. But there's someone that we know doesn't particularly like being suplexed.
Yes. More than anything, though, I think if Chad Gable has any hope of winning, he's got to avoid this man's strong striking offense.
Well, you say that, but there is more feathers to the cap of the former NXT champion and one of the darkest men in this tournament, Aleister Black.
Yes, the striking man from Amsterdam making his return to the tournament, looking to be the first man in the B block to get to 4 points.
Indeed, he was very successful last week with a victory over the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. And you gotta think, that Black Mass he implemented last week looked brutal, as always.
Yes, it's a swift strike that is so fast it doesn't matter how much he telegraphs it. So at the point when the point comes that he decides to hit you with it, he's going to hit you with it. And likelihood is he's gonna knock you out in the process.
Well, Black is used to a very hard-hitting set of opponents. On the British independent scene, he faced many, many people. Joe Coffey, Bot Gunn, Mark Haskins, Jimmy Havoc. If you know anything about those men, they packed a punch as well. So I believe Black can give as much as he can take.
Yes, I think if we have any if Chad Gable has any advantage, it will be in his mat game. As much
Absolutely.
as Alice Black does have some submission knowledge, I think Chad would have the advantage.
As an ideally, Black will want to avoid the ankle lock. Gable has used it in the past. You gotta always keep wariness on that move. Could really stop him implementing the finisher. Not stopping the striking game though. Quick flurry from Black.
We brought up the idea last time with Baszler, but sometimes strikes aren't about how hard you're hitting someone; it's about where you're hitting someone.
Absolutely. You know, the body has a lot of nerve endings. It has a lot of sensitive parts and muscles. And you just gotta know where to land. Because at the end of the day, you could just tag someone and it will just wear them down over time.
Just hitting the same places, tightening up those muscles.
Absolutely. Even then, you gotta think also about fragile bone structure. I've said it before about weak chins, but they are quite the hassle. Knocked out many an individual.
Nasty Chad Gable implying some of that mat game we were talking about.
Yes, Matt. Yes, Chad Gable represented his country. Many would call him the generation's version of Kurt Angle to some regard. So there is some validation to that. Gable going for an early pin.
Gable's one of those people that are just sort of waiting for his star making moment.
Yes. Chad Gable is, as I would say, once in a generation. You don't get an Olympian turned wrestler as polished as Gable often.
I mean that is why we get the frequent comparisons to Kurt Angle.
Absolutely. To think there was time he spent in the Olympics, he actually did the London Games 2012. And that's what got him signed. Him a hell of a tag team competitor with his partner Jason Jordan. But over time, I think Gable's shown himself to be skilled to the two.
Impressive athlete is Gable, working the arm right now. Putting a lot of pressure on that shoulder. Black able to roll out.
Yes, Aleister Black looking to escape the grip of the former Minnesota State Wrestling Champion. As Drew McIntyre from Group A has arrived.
This is an interesting development.
Two men skilled with their kicks in Black and McIntyre. You've got to think perhaps they're working together. Doesn't seem that Black wanted to gain advantage though.
Could be seeing a formation of a new team kick.
I mean, you're seeing by far two of the people in one side that really pioneered British wrestling, especially on the independent level. McIntyre with his his redefinition of himself, and Aleister Black with his just plain skill with those strikes. So we've got to wonder, did Aleister Black want McIntyre here? As I pointed out, he didn't seem to capitalize on the distraction at all.
McIntyre, as we mentioned, is in Group A and is one of the 3 men in Group A to have 4 points.
It is true. Aleister Black does have a history with McIntyre in ICW and in NXT, I believe. I could be mistaken on that one. But most definitely, Black and McIntyre on different sides. McIntyre with Jack Jester of the Kinky Party as he goes to the V-Trigger, and Black with Jimmy Havoc looking to end it with the V-Trigger. And it's enough.
Yeah, knee to the point of the chin. Going for a
And
running strike, which might be some semblance to. Speaking of Drew, also known for hitting running strikes out of the corner like that with the Claymore.
most definitely, it is, however, apt that Aleister Black would have Drew in his corner, as Black now ties Drew in overall points. Both men, different groups, but same points with 4 apiece.
We might be looking at a pact to the final.
This could be an insurance policy. McIntyre, we know next week has to battle Finn Balor. Perhaps Black is an insurance policy.
Yes, Drew, Finn, Daniel Bryan, and now Aleister Black are your 4-point competitors. We stick in the men's side of Block B, as we have 2 of your picks now going up against each other.
Indeed, and I am excited once again to see the man of the hour back in the ring. I'm sure everyone knows by now I am a huge fan of Lio Rush, aka a future Power Ranger. And I'm not even kidding, he is moving into the world of acting at some point. But Lio Rush is one of the most skilled athletes, especially for his age. He is skilled beyond his years, and I think he is one of my odds-on underdogs.
He has had a very hard, very strong showing against Andrade in the first round. Picking
Yes,
up 2 points, looking to join the 4-point club today.
he put on a hell of a performance, I have to say. His victory against Andrade was one of the most fun contests of round one in general. And it appears as though Andrade might know this contestant quite well.
Yeah, it's
I,
Bobby Roode having quite a rivalry with Andrade back in NXT, I believe.
yes, I believe it was his debut rivalry, if I'm not mistaken. Or definitely one of his first. But Rude is the epitome, I should say, of underutilization. He has spent so long with TNA, and to finally see him do any degree of gloriousness in the WWE roster is a breath of fresh air.
A fantastic example of wrestling excellence, I think, is Bobby Roode. Fortunately, got just shut down by Rusev by the end of their match in the first round. Looking to
Yeah.
pull the momentum back now against Lio Rush.
Well, I think it was the crowd, to be honest, that affected Rude. I mean, all you could hear was Rusev Day. But did you hear everyone singing along with the theme? He doesn't have to compete with the chant of Rusev Day anymore. So he should be in the driving seat.
Lio Rush looking as confident as ever. Bobby Roode looking as serious as ever.
I mean, to be fair, that's just his form of confidence. Well, who said you can't start out with a flashy move, huh?
How many people do you know starts a match with a standing Spanish fly?
Answer Lio Rush.
Bobby Roode cutting off that offense quickly and puts himself in the driver's seat. Yeah, Rush though out of the back.
As these are two very, I'll say, arrogant individuals at times, but two undeniable professionals.
As two people with the confidence level where sometimes it gets out of hand, but
Eh,
there's a lot to argue that you need confidence in professional wrestling.
yeah. It's only truly arrogant if you're just not good. If you talk and you can't back it up. But both these guys can. Beautiful
Sure.
sitting brainbuster.
Yeah, short brain buster.
Spiking Rude on the head there and the neck.
Stomp to follow it up. Rush Baby identifying a target here.
Yeah. Rush is not a very respectful man, but does he really need to be? That's the question. Like, when you're as good as him, you can just throw that out the way.
Yeah, you only call it cocky if you can't back it up, and Leo Rush does a very good job of backing it up, I think.
Yes, he's definitely one of the best at backing it up. One of the best cruiserweight champions of modern history, I'd argue. I believe one of the first NXT cruiserweight champions as well.
It's with the rebranding of the belt. I believe one of the I think he was one of the first interim ones with the whole Jordan Devlin business.
I believe Devlin won it after. Could be wrong on that.
I don't remember. My memory is not good. This is why you're the historian.
This is why I want Pablo Escobar. That's all I'm saying. I want Escobar to win. That's all I am saying. But both men taking it to the outside, familiar territory. But yeah, I can confirm Rush definitely had the title before Devlin.
Okay.
I just had to recheck that. Leo had it. Devlin won it from Gaza.
As sad
He
as it is
got
to
brain
say,
injury.
I forgot Gaza was even in the company.
He still is. He got injured. I felt sad. I miss him. But enough of me missing Angel Garza. I could go on about that all day. Look at Rude just applying that veteran experience.
As we mentioned in the first round, that in a way, it's almost like you took all of the members of Evolution and slashed it into one man.
Absolutely. There's that beautiful kick technique with the lovely drift. Go for the pin.
That's
Successfully putting down Rude.
that's enough.
We have two men in in Group B in the 4 Point Club. And both tremendous leg strikers.
Yes, very skilled athletes up in the top on Group B. Yeah, that caught I think caught Rude flush in the temple.
Yeah, it just caught Rude off guard. Rude's had issues with his neck in the past.
We did mention earlier that the brainbuster and the stomp, like Leo was focusing the head and neck of Rude.
Yes, that is the skill of Rush. They don't call him Rush for no reason. He's very good at just knowing what to do and doing it quick. And that's ideal. That's going to conserve his energy into future bouts. So I have to give the guy credit. Rush, fantastic technique and strategy. Moving on with 4 points to his name. Yes, for those keeping track, only one or two members of the Right Squad are in this tournament. And here we see Group B's resident member, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan not having too much luck in the first round, getting knocked out with the women's right.
Indeed, Lacey was a good athlete.
But Liv looking to pull the momentum back in this round.
Yes, hoping to make a recovery against a somewhat familiar face. Now, I don't think we could deny Ember Moon's skills. I think she proved that against Kairi Sane. But do you think she can keep it going with her record of injuries?
I think Ember is one of the strong members of this side of the tournament, and like because Ember has a unique property that more wrestlers should have, and it's simply she is a proponent to innovative offense.
That is fair. These two have quite a lot of history. They've teamed with each other, against each other, fought each other in singles competition, in Royal Rumbles. You name it, they fought in it. Just don't say Elimination Chamber. Please don't say Elimination Chamber.
Kenny goes for the bell, and we are off.
Yes. These two have battled under 3 different name changes. They've battled as Athena, as Adriana Reese, as Adriana, as Moon, and as Gianna Daddio. But this evening it's Moon versus Morgan, and Morgan hopes to pick a victory against Moon, who has consistently been the more dominant of the two.
Laying in forearms shots is Morgan, sorry.
Yes,
On to
Morgan's
Moon.
learned. Morgan is a student of the game. She knows what she's doing. Of course, Athena's track record does not need to be brought into question.
They're showing a very aggressive striking game so far this match. That I don't know how much we're used to seeing.
That is the case. It must be said, Moon is used to long matches. The longest match of her career, 18 minutes. Uncertain Liv Morgan has been in the ring that long, continuous.
And it's worth mentioning the possibility, but there is always the possibility of ties. We are yet to see a tie by any means so far this tournament.
Indeed, it could be double count out, double disqualification, double knockout. I guess double submission. I'm not certain how that would happen, but
Or, of course, just reaching that 20-minute time limit. For those just joining us, there is a 20-minute time limit, and there is a 20 count on the outside. It's not really been used so far, but we might see it. I mean, we might
yes,
see it being taken advantage of now as Ember takes Moon out to the outside with that clothesline.
as Ember takes Liv to the outside.
Sure, I don't know what I said.
You said Ember takes Moon.
God, I'm being as
You
bad as
have-
the actual commentating
It's
is.
fine. It's fine. We're still better than Byron Saxton. Morgan capitalizing with a white Russian leg sweep. That's the sad man. That's not Liv.
I mean, we don't know that.
Yes, no, Liv Morgan is the sad man. Just go with it. Let's go. Taunting Ember Moon there might not be an effective strategy, but whatever gets you going.
Just walking along the back of Ember.
Yes, these two have battled a lot in the past, but never with this level of stake.
Guillotine choke from Liv.
She's pulling out the stops. What can I say?
Ember fighting her way out.
And a crank on the neck didn't get it all.
Liv off the ropes.
There's the modified code breaker. Nearly a free.
Yeah, only enough for it too.
Goes
Ah,
for the arm breaker.
yeah, cross armbar now. It's Liv. Liv is showing a large range of ability that I don't know if we've gotten a good opportunity to see before.
Yes, she's definitely trained her submission game a lot, putting out the guillotine and the arm bar.
Dodges the cartwheel clothesline, but it's a bit short on her own offense.
Cartwheel clothesline has been a bit of a risky move for Moon. She did miss it twice in her first contest. Perhaps the theatrics not helping. You see, Moon gathering the momentum, goes for the single drop kick. Morgan
Liv
with the
kicking
hip hop.
up.
Moon countering. Whatever technique that would be.
It looks like Liv's getting some backup as Sarah Logan comes back.
Sarah Logan was off with pregnancy. She was. Oh, not again!
Oh no, physics! Oh no, physics! Into a roll up!
No,
Not again!
Not again! Come on, please, no! Fucking physics!
And for the second time this tournament, someone wins because of physics falling apart.
I mean, I'm happy that Liv won, but for God's sake. I had a hunch. First it's Carmella, then it's Liv Morgan's friend Sarah Logan. Oh, for God's sake.
It's great to see Sarah Logan back and helping Liv, but
I'm guessing Rose taking care of the kid in the evening, but holy hell. I don't think she wants to show the kid that she can do that. That was that modified code breaker. Beautiful technique. We don't get to see it often.
yeah, such a close fall.
Ember does not look happy. Can you blame her? She got screwed by literally something outside of her control.
Liv getting her first points of the tournament. And honestly, even without the interference and the breaking of physics, that was a fantastic match. And I think Liv put on a great show.
Definitely. She's showing like she's one of the underdogs this time around. Yes, while we investigate the issues with physics that has plagued the entrance ramp.
Weirdly, only in the women's division.
Weirdly, only for women. I don't know what it is. We will move on to our next contest, featuring the Princess of the Sky, Kairi Sane.
That's the Pirate Princess, an excellent high flyer and strong strider.
Indeed, she was unsuccessful in beating Ember Moon last week. Well, last show, I should say.
In our last round.
But you have to think she's still someone to look out for in this Group B.
Yes, had a fantastic match against Ember. But just coming up short in the end. Looking to now pull back the momentum to her side.
Yes, I wonder if she will bring back the submission, the captain's hook. We didn't see it in her first contest.
As the captain hooks and the anchor, two powerful submissions in Kairi Sane's arsenal.
Yes, one of the only two Joshi wrestlers in the tournament. Still equally skilled. As she battles one of WWE's hottest ticket items when it comes to the women's division. Accompanied by her friend Bailey, Sasha Banks.
Yes, for reasons we are still not 100% sure on, Bailey realigning herself with Sasha, and they are looking to take over the tournament.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter why they're doing it. It matters that they're successful in doing it. Banks is up 2 points after all. She was able to beat her childhood icon Lita. So will she fare any better, if that's even possible, against Kairi?
Start out with some chain wrestling. Kairi looking to work the arm. Sasha transitioning into a hammerlock. Kairi reverses.
Yes, Kairi has fought Sasha before. Kairi did win via disqualification that time. We've never had a clean singles bout between these two. Kairi, however, very used to long contests, as is Sasha Banks. Sasha unsuccessfully defending her NXT Women's Championship against Bayley in a 31 Iron Woman match. And Kairi taking part in matches that go past even our 20-minute count.
I mean, if we want to talk Sasha and Bailey, they've also had the Iron Woman match.
I just mentioned that.
Was that? I thought you said a little. That is not what I heard.
Yeah, I know I went Iron Woman, but close enough.
Yeah, but as I've mentioned before, it's man derivative of human, not man derivative of gender. So
Tell that to Hunter. Don't. That's the person you need to convince there.
yeah, no, I say that every single time. They're like, it's a
Yeah.
lumberjill match. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, we don't discuss lumberjills. That required fancy dress. Go back to the match though. Sasha taking the advantage of Kairi Sane. Sane, a successful athlete both in the West and the East, having competed for Stardom, having competed for Lucha Underground and WWE in her career.
A lot wider range of knowledge to work from.
Dude, she's battled many contestants. She's even battled men. Kairi was unsuccessful against Pentagon Dark, but lots of people have been unsuccessful against Pentagon Dark. That's just how it is. Sasha, of course, her accolades speak for themselves. A former Raw, SmackDown, NXT champion, and Women's Tag Team champion. In fact, one of the inaugural Tag Team champions with Bayley.
Kairi Sane pulling out a Destino.
I mean, you've got to pull out every technique. And why not pull out a Destina?
Shout outs to Tetsuya Naito, I guess.
I mean, doesn't seem to have affected Sasha too much. Kairi, however, using that ring awareness.
Ringing it up again, another Destino.
She's pulling out all the techniques. I love it.
Shoulder the midsection. Looks to be setting it up.
Going for it.
Yeah, the sliding D connects.
Effective technique. Bailey realizing the situation. Trying to pry the attention of Kairi away from her best friend. Such is the advantage of a corner person.
Kairi wrestling. No. Sneaks out the ball into a sneaks out the back door into a roll up. I will get my words right.
Into a sunset flip. Kairi still in the offensive. Going for that modified Falcon's arrow of sorts.
It's the knee across the face. Headbutt's blocked. Kairi now. Hammerlock fisherman, but in the rope. Bailey making sure that the ref is aware that that was in the ropes.
That's a very long-winded way to say it. There's the captain's hook.
That one's the anchor, though. Captain Hooks is
Oh,
the
Dom.
head submission.
Ah, there's the captain's anchor. There we go. Fix it. My knowledge does not come with wrestling finisher names. That's
Yes, no,
difficult.
I am the one with the technical knowledge. You're the one with the historical knowledge. We've established this.
Yes, that is definitely the case. There's the Russian leg sweep again.
And looking to set up the anchor once more.
Yes, there we go.
Sasha having to tap out.
What did I say before the match? I did say to you, do you think she'll bring the anchor back? I'm not saying I'm psychic, but guys, proving my point.
Yeah, as not being able to be successful with the insane elbow in the first round, decides to switch tactic, and it seems to have been effective.
It's a smart idea. Take advantage of the situation. She didn't really get the time to go to the corner because Bailey was always there. So switching to the submission game opened up a new route of attack and proved successful. Kairi Sane very happy to get her first points. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, more and more people on the women's B block is setting at 2 points. No definitive leaders really jumping out yet.
That's the good thing, though, is that Kairi has finally made official the winner between Kairi and Sasha after a year or two in the making. Kairi is your winner. Well, it appears Cesaro has gotten rid of the bar kilt in exchange for a lovely jacket.
Blue Jacket switched out the music a bit.
Yeah, a new fresh start.
It's
never a bad time to change yourself.
Looking to refresh, reset after the loss to Aleister Black in the first round.
Indeed, looking official. Looking as fashionable as always. Seems to be offering a swing to the audience. Here's the king of swing. And his opponent this evening is one of the most talented alumni as of recent events in the form of Andrade.
Yes, now both members of this team are no longer in the company.
Which is just a funky little coinky dinky. Yeah, I mean, we talked about Cesaro's fashion, but can't we just say how nice that vest? Nice vest.
Yes, I see his vest. See his vest.
It's a good vest.
I see how it dods his chest.
No, don't go into rhymes, please. Please, this commentary booth is only big enough for one rhyme. We do not need another one.
What was the first one?
Precisely. You said two. Anyway, the company vice Lena Vega, who has had a bit more luck than Andrade, it must be said.
Selena has 2 points to her name currently.
Andrade currently has 0 after a loss to Leo Rush. Man who's really come out on his own. Andrade's going to need a lot to put down the Swiss Super Mech today.
The Swiss Superman, the Swiss Cyborg.
See, I'm just going to call him the Super Mech. Therefore, we don't have to worry about which one we're using. I mean, to be fair, he is built like an absolute machine. And Cesaro and Andrade going to kick it off.
Andrade getting the power into the corner.
Well, we weren't expecting a clean break from Andrade, let's be real. Cesaro returning the favor, getting the headlock. Yeah, it's reversed to a side headlock by Andrade.
Top wrist lock. Sweeps the leg, takes it down.
Yeah, she's the modified STO there.
I did not notice until the two squared off just quite how much of a height difference there is in this match.
Yeah, Cesaro is deceptively tall. You know, in that regard, he reminds me of Jake Hager. You know, you never realize how tall Hager was until he's standing next to, like, Jericho.
Cesaro
There's like
there
a
with the
foot
cravat
difference.
suplex.
Yeah, Cesaro is a very, very... Well, he stands at 6'5". Well, I'm hoping he doesn't come over here, because then I don't like such a small person. But despite that, you've got to realize just where the experience lies with Andrade. Andrade has been wrestling since he was 14. He's a third-generation wrestler. And the man has held titles in most of the places he's been. He's been a CMLL Universal Champion, a World Tag Team Champion of the company, NWA World Welterweight Champion. He's been an IWGP Intercontinental Champion. And not only that, but an NXT Champion as well. He knows what it's like to hold a World Championship. Andrade going for the pin here. Not even a 1.
And Cesaro breaking up those signature uppercuts.
Yes, I mentioned the experience of La Sombra, La Ido. But I can't also understate the experience of Cesaro. Cesaro's been wrestling since he was 19. He started in Europe in the year 2000. And he has been everywhere, proving his strength. And that's what I meant by strength. You see how he launches Andrade off the ground?
Yeah, pop up high elevation into the European and
Firing from the hard dungeon.
Yeah, stepping into that sharpshooter.
Yes, the technique of his former friend, or current friend, Titan Kid, and it's enough to make El Idolo tap.
Yeah. I think a surprisingly quick victory off the sharpshooter.
Well, it must be said, Cesaro is a skilled competitor. There's no doubt about that. He's a powerhouse. He's a tag team competitor, a former West Side Extreme Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. He can hold his own. And he demonstrated that here tonight.
I suppose they didn't get the memo about the change of music for the outro. But
Yeah.
Cesaro happy nonetheless.
Yeah, I think Cesaro is just basking in the moment. Able to put on a show and win with the sharpshooter, less. And this is what we have to say is one of the most decisive matches so far. Well, Alex, this match has quite the what's the term I'm looking for? Ramifications in terms of the standings.
Yes, both women failing to score points in the first round.
Yes, and unfortunately, this match will crown the first last place contestant. I know it's a bit clunky, but we'll walk over it.
The last point scorer.
There we go. All of it's very clunky, but the first loser, I guess.
Although I will say it is still possible that we come out of this in a tie.
In that case, we would be crowning joint first losers.
You don't want to say last place because these are both your picks.
You're damn right. I don't want to say that. I'll be honest, both of these contestants have disappointed me a little bit. You know, I thought they could have secured the win.
Well, you say that. Natalya was part of what has been the longest match.
Besides, I think she could have pulled it through at the end. Bliss has no excuse losing to Tamina.
It took multiple rampages and multiple page turners to finally put Natalya away in the first round match. So,
Well, you know, I'm hoping this will be a tie. I'm gonna be honest. Sucks having someone in last place, you know?
and Bliss, of course, as we mentioned earlier, was knocked out by that super kick from Tamina in her first round match.
Yeah, see, I call that a fluke.
It could have been a very lucky shot. I mean, we saw 3 super kicks in Tamina's match earlier not be enough. So
Yeah, like, I think it was just a lucky break. Alexa Bliss is a very talented individual. She won't go down to a super kick this time.
wonderfully executed power slam there from Natalya, followed up into a leg drop.
Yes, that's the strength she inherited from her father, Jim the Anvil. Blister with the speed. Gets kneed in the head from her troubles.
Northern Lights. Not another one cat on the bridge.
Yeah, I think a bit too early to try score a victory, perhaps.
Stomping away, seeming to focus most of that damage on the arm.
An unusual choice considering. Wait, where's Alexa Bliss going?
Where is Alexa Bliss going? Is Alexa taking a walk or is just baiting her to the outside?
I don't know. Well, I guess that answers the question. But now it doesn't.
Alexa trying to shift momentum into her direction. But I don't think that's being too successful.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't quite know what the plan was there.
Your friend of mine, the Saito suplex.
Yes, it's one of your favorite moves.
Neckbreaker. Rolls through into the pin. Once again, Kenny not even getting into position.
Yes, Bliss is just kicking out too quickly.
Bow and arrow now.
Bliss was going for the pin, unsuccessful on bridge.
Single leg. Snaps the leg. Alexa now finally able to get some momentum behind her.
Yes, Bliss going for the cover, not very quick kick out there.
Just about a 1. Use the arm. Strike to the head. Couple times.
Yeah, it's a disrespect by Bliss. Why do I fear physics?
Well, Alicia Fox not known to being the most stable being anyway.
I don't think I want.
Yep.
Well, I told you I feared. I definitely feared.
For the second time tonight, maybe? No, Natalya
No,
managing to
thank
kick out.
God. Thank Christ.
Wait, what? Alicia Fox
Why
is getting in
Bliss
the ring.
Is Bliss lucky to get disqualified?
Is Kenny throwing it out?
I have no idea. Why is Fox here? Fox perhaps fought twice.
Insult to injury as the match continues.
Yeah, Fox is leaving. Fox is just. What's Fox's purpose here?
I cannot say. I
Another
cannot speak for
different
the mind of Alicia Fox and.
By the way, you pronounced it wrong. It's
Alicia Fox, yes.
There we go, got it right.
Alexa Bliss with that Fisherman Buster again. We saw her pull it out in our last round.
Yes, she's adopting new techniques. Unsuccessful. Getting the free count though. Once again, Alicia Fox. Just seen her go to the backstage area.
Natty by nature blocked. Cesaro into the arm drag.
So yes, first keeping track that there's been 3 women that have ignored physics altogether. And all 3 of them are not contestants in the tournament. Bliss using the ropes to the advantage.
Trying to get that extra leverage.
You do what you gotta do.
Flurry of forearms. Backbreaker.
And just pushing down on all of the body aside from the spine, just trying to dig the knee in deeper.
Just stretching the spine. Another forearm.
That's the disrespect. No doctor required. She nails the crossbody.
Yeah, Natty kicked up. But
Perhaps looking for an old technique of hers. Perhaps not.
elbow drop failed to connect. Natty looking to capitalize.
Natty believes she can do it. Only a 1 count. Goes with the flying clothesline, goes for the pin. Another Wilhelm clan member died.
Knee to the spine. Alexa going high.
Now is she believing in the technique? There's the Twisted Bliss.
This could be it.
Only a 2. Bliss annoyed by this.
I'm not surprised. Alexis hit that Fisherman Buster, hit the Twisted Bliss. It's not been enough.
What does she have to do? Gets German for her troubles. Natalya turning some of the disrespect.
Has a completely different tone to this match, to the Paige match from last week.
Sharpshooter locked in. We saw Cesaro win with this. And it's 2 for 2 this evening. Natalya picking up her first 2 points.
See that insult to injury there. And
There's the Fisherman's Buster. Spiking Natalya on her head. Natalya able to win with the sharpshooter this evening.
a lot of people favoring leg submissions today. Had a couple of wins with sharpshooters, and we've had Kairi Sane bust out the anchor.
Yes, perhaps there's a sort of, I don't know if the term applies it, but meta to the tournament for B. Perhaps the leg's the way to go. We'll have to see as rounds keep developing.
A night rolls on to some of our higher point stake matches. We have both a match in the men's and a match in the women's division where both the competitors already have scored 2 points.
Yes, and this would indeed be that men's match we were referring to. Rusev coming down first, as we mentioned earlier, beating Bobby Roode in round 1 with the accolade, no less.
Yeah, cutting off Roode's offense with the Magica kick and locking in the accolade.
Well, I'd say cutting off more than the offense. I was also going to say cutting off his oxygen, just yanking on the
Well,
spine.
cut off the oxygen with the accolade. Cut off the offense with the Magica kick.
I know what you said. I'm just going to pretend it came out the way you think it came out.
You mean the way you think it came out?
No, the way I think it came out, I don't want to hear again. Trust me. Because it got very awkward in my head. What can I say? These commentary booth headphones are not the best. Nah, yeah, I have high hopes for Kevin Owens, it must be said. Only a little bias.
It's Kevin Owens, I think one of the best modern wrestlers.
I would definitely agree with that. Owens just gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Owens very much gets professional wrestling.
Yeah, and Owens also lives by a very simple mantra. Fight Owens, fight. And I think that's going to take him very far in this tournament.
Yeah, more wins means more money. More money means more that he can apply to support his family.
And potentially send back to El Generico. I hate their friends.
Yeah, donating to the orphanage.
Yes, I think even the biggest of baby faces would be lost for this crowd. You hear Rusev chant all the way from the rafters. Owens might have his work cut out for him with this crowd disadvantage. Seems to be optimizing his offense though. And commentators kiss of death.
Both men are trading so far. Rusev, I think, is probably winning.
Well, he now definitely is with the wheelbarrow kick. And the backbreaker. Owens powering through a kick to the spine. Look to try punch Rusev onto the outside. Missed the opportunity. Gets lariated for his troubles.
Yeah, big hook there from the Bulgarian.
Rusev applying classic wrestling techniques. The claw there, trying to squish the nerves and the shoulder blade of Kevin Owens.
Now we see some of that aggressiveness of Kevin Owens, slapping the head and now stomping at the arm.
More particularly the wrist. I think that will definitely hinder the accolade to some
Yeah,
degree.
targeting the wrist and the hand might dampen the ability to put on the submission.
Well, this is Owens. He's the type of guy that'll pull off your knee pad to try break your knee. That type of guy that will stomp on your foot if you ever leave it outside of a shoe. I mean, you can ask Matt Riddle about that.
Not afraid to take advantage of the situation is Kevin Owens.
Most definitely not, but this is a veteran of the industry. A man who has held more world titles than a lot of his peers.
Trap claw applied again. Do you know those shoulder joints are one of the things targeted by the accolade?
Definitely, the accolade targets a lot of the upper spine, covers the lungs as well. It's a facet some people don't realize.
Single hand choke slam onto the steps.
I heard the thud. Oh,
Owens managing to fight through it.
looks like these men will be using all the time to their advantage. Now
Kevin
it's the table being used. Going for the super kick, missed the opportunity.
Do you know, and I think it's worth mentioning, Rusev was the one that went in. Kevin Owens used to the 20 count. He's fought in Ring of Honor. He's used to the longer times on the outside.
That is true, but Owens is also good at maximizing his time outside the ring, even with a 10 count.
Back to the hand.
Taking a breather, not a bad strategy. You gotta think.
Yeah,
But
can't
Owens,
be pinned on the outside.
the thing is, Owens has one thing Rusev doesn't, and that's high flying. Like, you don't see Owens go to top rope all the time, but when he does, he can pull off a really good frog splash.
A lot of people underestimate just how much of an all-rounder Kevin Owens truly is.
That's a cannonball. Sorry to interrupt you there, but God, I love how he does it all the way, rolling in, goes to the pin. Only a 2 count there. Owens looking for the technique that won him the NXT Championship, perhaps.
Pop-up power bomb.
Gravity plus mass equals damage. But not enough for a 3 count.
Yeah, Owens was very close to the ropes. You got to think that might have dampened the momentum somewhat.
Yeah, he didn't get the full shove, perhaps. Got enough, though. I think it's even more impressive that he got it.
Matchka
There's a
kick to
matchup
the
kick.
back of the head.
Both of these men very skilled at super kicks, despite their size. Gets reversed into a first DDT. It's going for the knee there.
We might see that frog splash you mentioned earlier.
I mean, it's one hell of a good one. I don't think it is, though.
Well, what's Owens got planned here?
Looking just for a forearm smash, I'd guess.
Looking for a bionic elbow off the top, but gets intercepted.
Kevin Owens has been put onto the back seat again.
Belly to belly blocked with a headbutt. Pump handle. Neck breaker.
Oh, it's a beautiful move. Right on the neck. It's always going to hurt. And Owens with the free count. Putting away Rusev Day.
As pulling himself ahead. Kevin Owens now joining Lio Rush in the 4 points on the B block.
Yes, and also joining Drew McIntyre, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor overall. The race of first place looking
and
very
Aleister Black as
stacked.
well. I almost forgot about Aleister Black, also at 4 points.
Oh yes, also forgot about Black myself. It's a pretty good selection of 2.2 wins in a row.
And I've just looked ahead. We do have Owens versus Lio Rush in the next round.
That is gonna be a hell of a contest. We got the relentlessness of Owen and the sheer energy of Lio Rush. You gotta think Owens is also a little excited about that. He's the type of guy who loves to relish a fight and loves to have a skilled opponent against him. So I think he's not just celebrating this win, I think he's celebrating for next week.
As the top of the tournament starting to form, starting to take shape. We will see more of that in the next coming weeks.
Yes, earlier today you saw a battle for last place, and now there's a battle for first. These are the only two women left in Group B who can score the 2 points needed to take the lead. And I've got to admit, my bias for Paige is well known, but you've got to admit, she has excelled since coming back.
Has put in an excellent showing, as we've mentioned. Her and Natalya was the longest match of the tournament so far.
Yes, Paige, a woman who has defined her career with title reign after title reign and moment after moment. One of the fondest remembered NXT Women's Champions. One of the best Divas Champions. And hoping to be the winner of the tournament.
What a great final exclamation mark on her career it would be to win this tournament.
Yes, but to go and get the lead, she needs to beat the Southern Belle of the WWE in the form of Lacey Evans.
Yes, one of those real good rock out shots. I'm going to put my bias on it technically being illegal aside, and not just because Lacey's one of my picks.
Yeah, sure. You can admit your bias. It's perfectly fine. But you can sort of still admit it is illegal.
Yes, it's I've never quite understood it.
No one does. Apparently gloves add mass.
Oh, she doesn't use a glove. It's just her finisher is a
Oh,
closed
no. It
fist.
adds mass to the fist overall that retains. Specifically for ladies' rights. I don't know either. This is a sport where a guy puts a cobra on his fucking arm and gets to win. Like, at that point, do we need logic?
Paige starting the match off with some sort of sidewalk slam.
Well, I mean, it was an effective sidewalk slam, must be said. Paige known for being aggressive at times. Lacey has had quite a few moments to her career since coming up from the NXT roster.
Yes, many moments. Not
Yes,
necessarily
many
many good
moments.
moments.
She fought in the Money in the Bank. She got pregnant.
There was a mixed gender match in there somewhere with Baron Corbin.
She was a referee. Baron Corbin was also there. Very weirdly tied to Baron Corbin.
And then even weirdly tied to Ric Flair.
Yeah, we don't worry about that. Either way, you got to think this would be the moment of her career if she was to win the whole thing.
Might be a tough ask, though.
Definitely, my Paige is one hell of a competitor. I said that a lot, but I can't help it being true.
Yes, and we saw not a single shed of ring rust in that first round matchup.
Yeah, we saw a very persevering Natalya, but Paige gave as much as she got, so to speak.
Just ramming the head and neck into the turnbuckle.
There's that relentlessness I mentioned. Paige is arguably a female version of Kevin Owens in terms of aggression, but also targeting.
And just that ability to be an all rounder and just getting wrestling. Like, they are very comparable.
That's why she wrestled before she could even legally, for crying out loud. That's just how much experience Paige has, despite her overall age.
Quick back elbow there cuts off any offense Lacey was thinking of and into a decapitator.
Yeah, so far, a very one sided contest.
Paige just doing a good job of cutting off Lacey. But
It's
the
good for a Paige turn.
Page turner blocked.
Lacey looking to take advantage from a clothesline and he gets a one count for troubles.
But more importantly, avoided that signature offense.
Yeah, we've seen the Page Turner win matches on its own. But we know it leads typically into the Rampage. Page taunting her opponent in the corner as she rolls out to the ring side.
Lacey sliding out the back door and then sliding back into the ring. Northern Lights. Not going for the bridge.
Fahaza's making something else. Lacey took advantage. There's the Russian leg sweep.
Looking for it
And
again.
nails it this time. Page Turner in effect. That's with the pin. And Paige takes the lead in the women's Group B.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Sometimes the page turner is enough, and this is one of those instances where the page turner was enough.
Yeah, the Page Turner is an effective move in its own right. It may be a signature, but it was a hell of a technique. The whip of the inertia you get just being slammed head first into the mat.
Yes, Paige, the only woman in the Block B with 4 points, and joins Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler across the whole tournament for the 4-point club.
Yes, I just fought Page versus Baszler. That would be a hell of a match.
Could be in the cards.
Yes. Many cards still need to be laid down, but for now, I'm going to only speculate.
Got
Still, congratulations to Paige for taking the victory and being the leader of Group B.
in the real world, we are a little over a week removed from these two men looking to tear each other apart.
That's right, but tonight we get a little bit of a sneak preview. There's a potential one. As coming to the ring is Kyle O'Reilly, who has really shone this year.
Yes, looking to break out looking to overcome everything that, I mean, effectively Adam Cole has put him through.
Indeed. Riley seems to have ditched Titantrons and ditched music altogether. Seeming to want to focus completely on the task at hand. And I can't blame him when his opponent is his former ally. And the leader of the Undisputed Era. Or who would claim to be the leader in the form of Adam Cole.
Yes, Adam Cole said that the Undisputed Era is nothing without Adam Cole. The Undisputed Era is Adam Cole.
I mean, that is something to bear in mind. It was under his leadership that they held all the titles of NXT, all the possible ones anyway. He, the NXT champion. Roderick, the North American champion. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, the tag team champions. This man has given those men a renaissance. And he's looking to win this tournament to prove a point.
Yes. It's worth saying that Kyle is my pick and Adam Cole is yours.
Yes. My real world expectations a little different than what I predict for the tournament, but alas, this should be a close contest. Definitely one worth the WrestleMania arena.
So don't think this one's going to be quite as violent as their match coming up in NXT Takeover.
Oh,
But
I doubt it.
but that NXT Takeover match is unsanctioned, where this one is very much sanctioned.
Yeah, this will be more about precision offense and confidence. Because those are the aspects of each of these men. Both know where to lay strikes, but Kyle, more skill in that matter. Both very confident, but only Cole radiates it.
And it's almost worth saying that the quiet confidence of Kyle can almost be more terrifying.
It can be, but Adam has faced many, many opponents throughout his career, some of which have had the same confidence, and he's always come on top.
Adam Cole, a multiple-time NXT champion, a multiple-time Ring of Honor champion.
Yes, indeed, he's held a lot of championships, a lot of caps to the bow, so to speak. Kyle O'Reilly's not someone to overlook either. But Cole is very much the senior.
Like, there is a reason why Kyle O'Reilly was so high on my list of picks.
And a reason Cole was for me.
Ties the arm, ties up the leg.
It's an effective submission, but something tells me I'm out.
Yeah, Adam's definitely seen that before.
That's the risk, though, isn't it? These are former friends. They know each other so well. They know what tricks each are going to pull. They know what techniques they're going to use. And you just got to wonder who can outlast them. Who
It's
can
come down to being a war of attrition. It could be come down to who can pull out something new.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where we just don't know.
Again, both men with Ring of Honor experience with the 20-hit count on the outside.
Yes, both men also experiencing the Ring of Honor World Championship picture. And arguably, both have been the best person in Ring of Honor at a given time.
Kyle just calling Cole to pull it back into the ring, but was standing too close to the ropes.
I think Kyle is letting Adam take advantage. Adam excels in these slow moments. It does get the brainbuster. Goes for the float over.
Yeah, rolls straight through. That was a close call.
So the 2 count. As I was saying, both these men have held the Ring of Honor title. And if you know anything about the caliber competitor Kyle defended against, it would be wise not to underestimate him or consider him just a tag team contestant.
Guillotine locked in. Guillotine locked in. Looking to take out the oxygen out of Adam Cole.
This is the ferocity, and it has worked.
Cole tapped. Kyle O'Reilly showing this newfound aggression.
Kyle just saw red and went for it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, locking in that guillotine, getting the hooks in. There was just nowhere for Adam to go. And I guess he figured it's better to tap and conserve your energy for future rounds.
That has to be a breath of relief for Kyle O'Reilly. Finally able to, at least for the tournament, shake off the man he believed betrayed him. Kyle O'Reilly getting his first 2 points in the tournament, which has forced Kyle and Adam Cole to be tied. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the points are as standing. Group B is currently being led in the male side by Kevin Owens, Lio Rush, and Aleister Black, with Paige standing as the sole female winner of Group B so far.
Yes, next week we return to A-block action as Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, 2 of the 3 men standing on the top of that division, will face off to hopefully determine the leader of the A-block.
Yes, not only that, but Asuka will get a chance to get some points on the board. 2-match losing streak for Asuka so far, but can she beat the undefeated Dakota Kai?
Lots is at stake as we move on into the 3rd round, but that is it for us for tonight. So we will see you next week. Ta-ra!
Take care.